Next up, Ruth Taylor from Holt's Bank. I've been a trustee for a long time, and Holt's has been with us all the way in being a major sponsor at the conferences, and we're very grateful for it. I suspect almost everybody in the room knows about Holt's and what they do for the services, but it's no bad thing to be reminded of that and also some of the fresh initiatives. So, Ruth, thank you for your continuing support, and the floor is yours.
Yeah, good morning. First of all, thank you very much to the Board of Trustees and to Clorinda for inviting us here and giving me the chance just for the next few minutes just to give you a bit of information about Holt's, who we are. As Sir Philip just said, a lot of the people here, lots of familiar faces and lots of familiar names, but some of you who we don't know and don't know who we are, so I just wanted to give an update on who we are. So basically, who are Holt's? So Holt's Military Banking, we're the military arm of RBS. We use RBS products owned by the NatWest Group. So we have signed the Armed Forces Covenant and we are proud holders of the Gold Award on there. Who do we serve? So within the business team, so I head up the business team within Holt's. I'm here with my colleague Chloe, who's one of the business relationship managers. And within the business team in Holt's, who do we serve? So the customers that we serve are anything for the benefit of those who are serving their families and veterans. So we look after all the non-public funds, but we also look after anything that isn't personal. Just an example of some of the accounts that we look after. It's kind of an in-joke, we do cradle to grave, but we support military preschools and nurseries, MOD schools, cadets, university training, training locations, adventure training, officer training establishments, for Sandhurst, for example, who is just on our doorstep. We look after the funds of the regiments, the ships, the RAF stations, military churches, charities, associations, trusts, welfare, all the sports within the army, and of course the museums. So important so that legacy remains and will never be forgotten. Because it's military, I thought we'd give you a little bit of history on Holt's. So Holt started in 1890. Holt and Company was established by William Kirkland, and he was the army agent to the 1st Regiment of Foot. Army agents kept accounts of regiments. They distributed pay and subsistence and provided general banking for soldiers and their families. In 1918, they also became the agent for the Navy and the RAF as well. Through various acquisitions and mergers, they became part of RBS and have stayed with RBS and now under the NatWest barrier. This is where we are in 2024. So 2003, Holt Centre of Excellence opened in Farnborough, and this was done to pull all the accounts, everything to do with the military, into one place to make the Centre of Excellence. Now we're located in the business park in Farnborough. Some of you may have heard that the branch in Farnborough is closing. That does not affect us. We are in a different location completely. If you're in and around surrounding area, you are more than welcome to come and see us. We've got a really nice coffee shop just across from the office. But we're based in Farnborough Business Park. Business is growing. We used to be one of the most well-kept secrets within the military. We're now able to advertise and word of mouth. The business is growing. Personally, my team has doubled in the last 5 or 6 years, which is fantastic because it means that we're able to serve more people than we were before. The biggest difference now in 2024, where we do the banking, we also do education. So there is a big focus on education. So we can go out, it always used to be done at recruit level, but we now make sure it's done from recruits right through to senior ranks within the army. We just feel that it's really important. Banks always used to be good at, if you get into financial difficulty, come and talk to us, we'll try and help you out. What we're trying to do is turn that on its head and say, let's provide the education so that people don't get into financial difficulty. So we look at things like frauds and scams, giving top tips on how to prevent that, making sure that people can manage their money, whether they're serving in the UK or whether they are on tour or serving abroad. It's for new recruits, making sure they understand their credit score and they don't go mad applying for every credit card that's possible because it gives them all something free. It's making sure they understand the impact of that and how that will affect them going on. So that's the biggest change that we've had recently. I jumped on you have 3 R's that you're looking after. I jumped on 4. So just looking at this, I was looking at how does Holt's fit with relevance, resilience, and reinterpretation. The relevance, we are closely connected to the army and those serving. Within our team, we have someone who is still serving. We have military spouse, we have military children. So that keeps us relevant. The rest of the time is expertise through experience. And I know from the people I've spoken to already this morning, we have one member of the team that's been with us for about 45 years, that some of you may know of. And that experience he passes on to everyone that comes in. We don't look after civilians, we only look after those who are serving. Hence, the experience is just a lived-through experience. With resilience, we had to quickly adapt in 2020, as everyone did, and we can now do video bankers. So when we want to do face-to-face conversations with people, we don't have to travel anymore. I love it, I like getting out and traveling, but we can do it face-to-face. So whether you're actually out in Belize or Cyprus or Canada, wherever you're serving, or on a ship, we can still come and we can still give that face-to-face conversations with you on there. The other thing that probably applies to a lot of you, when you did changes of signatory, you used to have to send us masses of paperwork. That can all come now by email, which just speeds everything up massively. Reinterpretation fits in very well to relationships. So relationship is one of the biggest one for us. It's about building relationships with our customers, building relationships with you and what you're trying to do. With Holt's Military Banking, we just have the standard RBS products. We don't have anything different with that, but what you do have is you've got access to talk to someone and talk to a team who actually understand the unique situations and needs that you've got. We've also got the opportunity to look into cases individually, find a way of making things work, always while managing risk. So it's like the old-fashioned bank manager when it didn't just work when you're trying to do it all digitally. If it works digitally, that's fantastic, but it doesn't always. So it's having just someone to turn to and say, this isn't working for me, how can we get through it? Everyone is unique, every account has different needs. So being able to talk to a team, we're all based together, is the relationship we want to do. What we try and do is pick up with customers at least once a year. So we're growing the team to allow us to be able to do that, and it's just building that relationship. If nothing goes wrong with the account, if you don't have any changes, it may be that we never talk to each other. So it's just making sure that once a year we have that one point of contact where we can sit down, we can go through the accounts, make sure that the right people are on it, and actually make sure that you're making the best for the money that you are looking after going forward on there. That's very briefly what we do in Holt's. Chloe and I will be here for most of the day. If you have any questions, or for those who know us and we've never actually met face-to-face or want to have a chat, please do come and talk to us. But we'll be here. And again, thank you very much to AMOT. Thank you.
Thank you, Ruth, and thank you for bringing all those lovely squirrel bags as freebies.